In this video, we'll take a look at how to read and analyze a candlestick. If you're going to use candlestick charts to profit, obviously you need to know how to read candlesticks. Now, most of you would be familiar with a chart like this. It's a simple line chart. It just simply plots a dot at the closing price, in this case every 4 hours, and then connects them for a line. You can see price has been falling. But with candlesticks, you can see much more information, because it shows you specifically every 4 hours what had happened. It shows you the sentiment of the market, the momentum of the market, the things that truly move the market. Candlesticks harken back to the Japanese rice futures markets a couple centuries ago, 300 or 400 off the top of my head. So it's been around for a while. It's just recent that the West has picked up on it, though. They do come in a multitude of colors, but typically you're going to see red and green, being red being negative, green being positive, or black and white, black being negative, white being positive. So you can see each one of these candlesticks has little bits and pieces that make up the candlestick itself. So I'll go ahead and give you an idea as to what we're looking at here. You have what is known as the body. This is the colored part. And then you have wicks, hence the name candlestick, because it looks like a candlestick with the wicks sticking out. So how do you read this? Well, the first thing that you need to know is the color matters. If there is a color to it, green or red, then it tells you that the market either rose or fell during that time frame. So if this is a 4-hour candle and this body is green, that means it went higher during that 4 hours. The one difference might be sometimes on charting platforms, you'll see like a black candlestick if it's a completely unchanged candle, for example. But at this point, let's assume that the body is green. So the highs and lows are the wicks. So you can see that the low was here and the high was there. And again, we know this because this body is going to be green. And I'll go ahead and color that in with my screenwriting tool here. So that's a green body. That's a positive candle. So what does the body itself mean? Well, besides the fact that we have gone higher, the body shows the opening and closing price. Well, if it went higher, then obviously the bottom of the body was where we opened and the top is where we close. So think of it this way. We opened here, we fell a bit, we rallied all the way up here and then closed up here. We closed higher than we started. Now let's go ahead and draw out another candlestick. And this time, I will make it a negative candlestick. So this is going to be red. The body is red. We have opened up higher than we closed. So at this point, I'll go ahead and put some wicks on. And you can see that that's the low, that's the high, that's the entry, and that's the exit. The exit's lower. So this gives you an idea as to what's going on during that 4 hours. Another thing that I would point out is the size of the body matters. And why does that matter? Because it shows the distance from open to close. It shows true conviction or lack of. So for example, I see a candlestick here that may not look overly exciting, but in hindsight, it truly was. And the reason was because the body was the entirety of the candle. So think about that. That means during this 4 hours, we jumped in here and just went straight up. It wasn't the biggest candle that we've ever printed in the Ripple market, but it certainly was positive. So was this one. You can see that the high was just above. There is no wick here. We never dropped below that. So the size of the body truly matters. And it works both ways. That's a very negative candle. It's not a 100% thing, but typically if you follow just the impulsive candles, that will get you on the right side of the market. But of course, you can see that we do pull back. I mean, think of it this way. Had you bought Ripple there and you saw this very negative candle with a very long red body, to perhaps be cautious. And that's the sentiment mindset of the candle. Each candle tells a story or tells a chapter in the overall story that is the market. And that's what we're going to look at in this course. So now that you understand the makeup of a candlestick, we can move further